might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Today is Friday, March 1st, 2024. Look at that. We are moving. We are winning. We are in the third month of the year. Actually, before I go on, I actually need to change a setting because I just realized that if I was to do what I was thinking about doing, it would be a catastrophic mess. All right. So let's do it that way. And we shall. Now, we've made it to March. Yes, we have. March it is. We are cruising through the year. We are being super, super successful. We are on let's see, what episode number is this for this year? We are on episode number 27 of the morning show. We have not missed. No, we haven't. All right. So let's get into our morning show. Why don't we? Today, reminder. Wait, one. See, I'm still annoyed from everything that went on last night, from the trying to use the new service to this whole Netflix safe test. Hopefully we can get some more insight on that. I'm going to try to watch a video about it over the weekend to see if someone else was able to get it to work correctly and see what I might have done wrong. But, if you do not know who I am your host of the channel and of the morning show and all the shows on this channel, for now at least. I am Tech Coach Ralph, where, as always, we are engineered to win. All right? So we're at the end of the month, or at the end of the week, at the beginning of the month, right? Look at that twofer. And we are going to continue what we do. Like, every day is going to be the same for us. We're going to continue to work. We're going to keep pushing, going to keep grinding. Today, we have at noon coming out another episode of The Bug Bite, where we're going to be talking about the AT&T outage from last night, oh my goodness. The AT&T outage from last week that affected about 500,000 customers, maybe, and from like 3:30 a.m. to maybe mid-afternoon. A lot of people didn't have their service on AT&T. It said SOS, right? So we're gonna find out, was that a cyber attack, or was it just maybe a little bit of developer errors, maybe bad testing? Who knows? We'll find out, all right? But this morning, we're going to get into our news. I have my coffee right here in my Thanos cup, right? And we are off to the races. Let's get into our news. Let's put our timer up. If you haven't done so, do me a favor. Like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. And let's get to it. All right. 5 minutes for our news. And let's get over to our news stories. Why don't we? So, our very first news article for today. Let's do one more. Ford EVs to get a charge from Tesla. So Ford electric vehicle owners will soon be able to use Tesla's supercharging stations thanks to an adapter the company is making available this week. Gaining access to Tesla's network of more than 50,000 stations. A shout out to Tesla for their 50,000 stations across the US and Canada could be the spark that ignites a sluggish EV market hindered by high cost and low government subsidies. Ford announced just last month it was cutting back on the production of its F-150 Lightning truck, and Apple pulled the plug on its much anticipated EV this week. The adapter for non-Tesla vehicles typically retails for $230, but Ford is offering one to its EV customers free of charge through June. Last May, Ford became the first major U.S. automaker to announce it would adopt the North American Charging Standard connector. Stellantis was the last to do so this month. Better late than never, I guess. One LinkedIn member posted the Ford's website had crashed Thursday morning, but it was back up by the time of this report. So, you're going to link up. It's so much easier when the infrastructure already exists to start embracing that. And, let's say for every vehicle for every EV that Ford has, if they throw in the adapter for 230, imagine how much more they're getting once they actually sell this, if it's profitable for them to actually sell these cars, right? So let's jump into our next news story for this morning. Colleges float no loan policies. What is that all about? Let's find out. So, colleges are getting a message about affordability, and some that are able are now offering outright grants instead of loans to qualifying students. These no loan policies have been adopted by about 24 schools with large endowments, including Princeton, Harvard, and Yale. The schools have pledged to eliminate the need for an undergraduate to borrow money to attend. But some colleges faced with declining enrollment have had to use endowments to cover their own expenses and keep the doors open. Much of higher education system is under stress, one observer told CNBC. So there's, I don't know, the whole higher education model needs to change, right? There's so much better ways, like with the amount of technology that we have now, and honestly, the quality that I could probably build a curriculum based off Udemy courses. I'm not too familiar with the other platforms like Coursera and stuff like that, but based off the Udemy courses, right? I could build a curriculum that would teach someone everything that they need to know to be successful in the tech industry in IT, right? But a lot of companies they're still highly it's weird because these companies they'll be highly favoring these like computer science degrees and stuff like that, but yet they'll pay for you to go get a certification, to go to take Udemy courses. Like they'll have company plans, so it's always very strange, like the dynamic, like how these companies they can't see, like it's like they can't put two and two together, right? But it does also help weed out some stuff. But it's like it's just weird, right? But I thought these no loan policies were called like scholarships for high performers. I'm sure not everyone is entitled to getting these grants, but I honestly don't think you should at this point you should take a school loan ever, but ever, 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 right? Lastly, Congress, shout out to Congress, prevents government shutdown. It's like every other week they're preventing a shutdown, right? Like, we don't care. The Senate has joined the House in approving a stopgap spending bill that averts a partial government shutdown this weekend. Just shut the whole thing down. We get so much more done. The 77-13 vote comes hours after the House approved the measure earlier on Thursday. The measure now goes to President Biden for his expected signature. Under the term of the deal, money for bills covering 6 federal agencies will be extended to March 8th. Yes, 1 week, folks, 1 week. Imagine if we worked on 1 week basis, right? Like if our roadmap was just for the next week, right? It's not like how we have when we're doing agile and stuff like that. We have a roadmap of where we want to be, and we have like little goals in between to accomplish that. But it seems like the government's like they only see 1 week ahead, and that's the only thing they can never get done. All right. So shout out to Congress and their 1 week of work. All right. let's get to. Let's get to. All right, so let's just take a quick look at the headlines before we get to our actual work. All right. So we read Congress preventing the shutdown. Texas battles record wildfire. So hopefully that things are going well over there. Oprah quits Weight Watchers. Interesting. I know she's been part of Weight Watchers forever. Let's see. Okay, we read that car loans hardest to get in years. Oh, that's a good one. Let's take a quick look at that one. But NYCB troubles deepen. I don't know what the NYCB is. Tech stocks hit new highs. How careers break differ for women. And EV exit AI questions brews Apple. Oh no, not Apple. I want a quick look at this one actually. Car loans hardest to get in years. Banks are setting a high bar for auto lending. I wish they would do the same thing for housing, even for buyers with healthy finances. Bloomberg reports the approval rate for car loans is down to its lowest level since August 2020 per Cox Automotive. Lenders are wary of defaults at a time when car prices and interest rates are high. Indeed, delinquency rates are rising, reflecting the stress consumers are facing in the post-pandemic economy. Bloomberg notes that the access to credit for buying a car is particularly important in the US due to many regions lacking convenient and affordable public transportation. All right, so that is our news stories for this morning. Okay. We are going to get back into last night, right? Last night and all the mess that happened. Put the timer up. Let's go with 25 minutes. Last night and all my frustrations, all the mess, everything we're dealing with, we were still able to we actually started working on Flutter. I said, you know what, forget Netflix and their safe test stuff. If it works for them, great. Not working for me. The like amount of time I spent this week was not worth it trying to get this thing to work. Even using their own examples, still couldn't get it to work. So I'm like, you know what, forget this. And we're like, you know what, let's continue working on Flutter. Let's give the nighttime crew some insight in what we do in the morning. And that was absolutely amazing. It was fun to do. So we're going to continue with that. Last night, what I was able to do, get the test that we're working on, figured out the scroll, right? So I'll share it real quick about how we got the scroll to work so that we could actually get the calculations done. All right. So let's get to it. Why don't we? All right. So here we are. We all know this. Let's close that. So what we ended up having to do yesterday was we found the list, right? And we had to find the first scrollable. And that's why last time we were getting was finding too many. And then we said scroll until the input field was visible, and then use the scrollable list, right? And at the first, and this is the saying to find the first scrollable list. So apparently there's a second scrollable list, which I don't know. I didn't see that in the code, but this was able to get our passing test. So now we have the test for the money made. Shout out to when we make money.
Ain't believing us. Money.
It's always fun to make money. All right. So now we have to do the same exact test, right? But we need to do it for when you spend money, right? So for this screenshot, right? So we are going to do the same test. And then after we get these tests done, then we're going to look for opportunities to refactor, right? Because we like to have clean code. I already feel like this test is already long enough. But we are going to, I can actually just copy this test, to be honest with you. We're not going to write the whole thing out. We're going to copy this test. Scooch this down just a bit. And I'm going to add this title above it. Because the reason that we have to do both, right, is because there's an if statement. And when you are doing, when you're writing your test, you need to account for pretty much unit tests are going throughout the different code paths, right? So we need to account for, so this we have accounted for if it is a money made situation up here, and now we're going to account for if it's a money spent situation down here, right? So let's say spent And let's say you didn't make, let's say you only made $20 and 53 cents, right? Not very the way you want to go. But let's say now this is going to be money. Update spent yet? Okay, yeah, I did. All right, cool. So now let's say we just run this one. And while that's running, let's keep looking for the bot. I don't know what's going on with that, but all right. So now we have money. So expected money spent, actual money made $20.53. That doesn't seem right. Expected money spent, and it's money made. Let's see why that is. Because maybe this test is wrong up here. No, this test is right because money, total user money made from activity for the calculation. So if we look at here, actual expect. Okay, so money made. Why would money made? Let's see. Oh wait, so actualized cost. Let's see what's going on here. Yeah, let's read through the test because apparently, like I probably copied and pasted something wrong. All right, so we have money made from activity, user input money made, um, money input money made from activity on that field, user made. Let's see, $2 spent. Let's up this to like. So let's up this to. 'Cause I'm still getting a positive, so it might be rounding out. So let's put an additional 1 in front of this. Right? And let's say total hours spent. Let's say we put 14.75. And the money made, let's say, or additional cost, let's say it's actually 1,500, right? Now let's run this again, see what happens. Should definitely get a money spent situation. Why do I have 2 tests running? Oh, you know why? It's because I have the same name of the test. All right, so that's my fault. When it returns, state changes for activity when it returns the money, um, money spent activity. So that's my fault because I have the same name. So we need to have the different, like this right here needs to be unique across the different tests because if not, it will run the test with the same name. That's why one of them would pass and one of them would not pass. All right, so let's try that again. All right, let's see here. All right, now we're getting the right cost. But we are failing somewhere. Let's see. Okay, let's see where we're failing, and because so we're getting that no element, right? So let's see why we're not getting an element. Let's see here. Let's go to the spot. So it's okay. So test key profit made. All right. So we need to update. So we find this. So that means we have one on the if statement for the money made. So we just need to throw in another one of those on the money spent on. This will be profit loss instead of profit made. Um, so we're going to say that's still going to fail, but we're going to take this key and we're going to find it down here for money made. We're going to go to money spent, and that was on the rich text level. All right, so now we should find it without any issues. And we'll just, so we actually do have the actualized cost that we can get. If we go to, oops, not terminal, I want to go to run. What was the number? 102.16. Drop that in there. Now we should get a successful test run. Run that. Run tell that. Just trying to summon the bot. All right, so we passed, right? So everything is passing, and we have that test completed. So that is awesome. Look at that. Look at us having some unit tests that we can, widget unit tests, right? So shout out to that. Now we're going to run all of our tests to make sure that things are still on the up and up. So we can get rid of this one. And we can throw in some green check marks for now on that. All right, so let's run all of our tests. And now everything should pass. Oh, except for that one. There is one of them that we know is not passing. But what we wanted to do for that one is implement a. So this is the one that's not passing is like when you try to pass decimals into the into it, right? So let's go to that one. So we need to. So one of the features that we need to add, which I'll throw it on a backlog, but we need to add if someone tries to put a decimal on the yearly income field, it should reject it and give you like some type of error message that it should only be using what's the word I'm looking for? Like whole numbers, right? It should only be using whole numbers to give them an error message if they tap on the decimal, you know. So Oh, let's see. Where are we now? Let me see. Let's go to. I don't know. All right, so now we can do some research on how to do that because we have all of our tests. The only tests we have left, which aren't the most critical tests, are test current. I think we do have the test for the currency formatting. I think we've tested that well. Let me see. What do we have up here? Yeah, we have currency formatting tests. Here we didn't test it on here. And we need to test the color. So here we had it where it's like part of that. So let's do some research real quick, right? Um we have features to do. I have some stories in the backlog as well that we can take that we're gonna be working on. Um let's go to the backlog, right? Let's get to some project management aspect of it. Let's go to so let's go over here. All right, so we're in Jira. Very important to learn Jira because 99% chance of what you'll be using in the workplace to manage your projects. I'm gonna move all these down because these were over here. Let's move this bug up to the top. Let's see. This is a feature. Um, this might be a bug itself, but was a request. Top of backlog. This is a cool feature request. And what is it? What else? So let's move this. How do we change this to a Kanban? I'm gonna change this board to a Kanban because as much as I love doing Scrum, there is no way possible to do this as a sprint. Because it's just me working on it, and that way when we look at our board. So I think what we'll do is every morning we'll look at our board, right? And we'll start moving things accordingly to the right place that they should be. So there, you can start getting some exposure and some insight in the Jira process as well. I need to fix something real quick. So, where did I do this last time? Hmm. Oh, I think it's already a Kanban board. Let me see. Let's see what happens. I don't know. Let me see. So we go to project settings and we look at I changed this the other day. Let me see. Mm, I think it was here I changed it yesterday. All right, so yeah, I'm turning off sprints. And we can go back to the project and we go back to the backlog. So let's move this stuff into to do. All right, so on our board, we're going to, so we have these things. I want to, which these two can probably take care of each other. The video is less important this time to fix. There was something else I was thinking about. Cool. So pretty much, and like a lot of these stories, I created them a while ago when we were when I was doing it on the web version, but I want like they're still relevant to the mobile, and we're just like, and when we build APIs, they're all just going to be using each other. They're all going to be using the same API. So there we go. So all right. So now if we look at our board, we have all of these tasks. We have all these stories and bugs, defects into need to be done. All right. So there we go. And I don't know. Maybe I'll open it up to have some. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do that because I could take someone to learn how to do QA on mobile or not. I don't know. I don't know if I have the capacity for that, but we shall see. We shall see. We're gonna need some more columns. So Kanban and subtasks always confuse me a bit, but we can go to let's leave done. We'll go with uh we need a column for we have in progress. We have how would I call it? So we have one for deployed, or let's say testing. In testing, but it's in testing at I don't think I want to word this. Ready for app store testing. I can always change that later. But that's gonna go here. Ready for local testing. Actually, I'm just gonna call it local testing in progress. I still think I need. I still need one of those for just what. Yeah. Um. Have this. I hate having so many columns, but gotta do what we gotta do. Um. And another one for. Getting a little organized. All right. So ready for absolute testing. So we have in progress to in development. Right? So we have to do in development, ready for local testing. So pretty much once you're finished with dev, you move it to ready for local testing. Just because you're moving it to ready for local testing doesn't mean you have started local testing yet. And same thing for app store testing because you still got to do the builds and stuff like that. So from local testing to ready for app store testing, is there? I mean, there is a step in place, but do we need to have that on the board? The build would happen from here to here. Depends on doing. I guess I don't know. We can always mess around with this stuff, but let's say good. All right, so we have and to do. Oh, we can scroll this way. Cool. We have to do in development, ready for local testing in progress, build app for store, ready for app store testing, app store testing in progress, and done when we have it go live to the public. Or it's not necessarily live to the public, but when the testing is done, and it could be considered as um, ready for deploying. All right. Okay, so we have our test and everything like that. Time is out for today. Let's see. Anything else we want to do before we go? So, what we'll do for our next round, when we come back on Monday, we will be doing. Maybe we'll be fixing this one. All right, let's do. We do want to figure out how to get into here. Let's see what our to dos are actually. So we had it instead of text tap keyboard, but we'll figure this part out. We have this to do. Let's put a star next to it. Let's use that. And let's go here. How to target inside. So we want to do this too, so we can get our colors validation here. What else do we have? Any other to-dos? I'm not gonna put a star on that one yet, and then we kind of have a star on that. Yeah, so this one. All right. So what other to-dos we need to do? We want to do um test or to do tests entering oh test entering large amounts on all fields. I don't know if it's gonna give us a crash though, doing it this way, but we might have to pull out the actual mobile device and see what happens with that. And we also want to do error message. Oh, that's the story that I wanted to create on the backlog. So let's go back over here. Let's create that story real quick. I'm not going to put any details in it yet, but I do want to put backlog. Let's just create it here. We can say, an error message should be displayed when user tries to enter decimal on total income field. And I'll put a description in after, but that's pretty much what that is. So this one I actually want it to be the top. And then actually, yeah, there we go. So I'll keep looking at it throughout the weekend, and let's put some epics on here. MVP, 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 and MVP. Create a. So this is actually done. Let's move some of these to done. Calculator. This is done as well. We can always like create new stories about these, but the HTML is pretty much done. 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 Let's clear out our backlog a little bit. Do I have a user friendly page? Anyways, you get the point of what we're doing, right? And we have like user management stuff to take care of. This is actually done too. Cool. Let's refresh. Nice. We have a nice clean backlog. So this is like so for the mobile app, this is what we're working on for the MVP. And hopefully, if we can get some of these taken care of, the profile part, that's definitely gonna be coming in part 2. When was this created? I think we have that. This should be done. Yeah, we got that. When did I create this? Oh, this was like 2 years ago. So, all right, cool. So let's oh, this is done too. This we still want to do, and we're gonna want to integrate that via mobile as well. And the stopwatch this definitely is gonna be a part 2 part. Oh, this is done. All right, we are good to go. Cool. All right, let's go back to full screen. Thank you so much for tuning in this morning. Get the timer off. I appreciate you all.
I appreciate you.
Who tuned in, watched it live or on replay, and who is learning about mobile development via Flutter, and we even went into like some project management at the end to clean up our, we're doing this together. You can have a good idea of how the software development lifecycle works, whether it's for mobile development, backend development, API development, or web development, whatever the case may be. The process doesn't change. It's just the tooling and the technology that you're using that might change. But hopefully I am able to give you some insight into the things that we do, and maybe see an interest in it or not, but just trying to give you some exposure, and you can go along on this journey and build this software with me. I'm gonna head out. Don't forget, we have the bug bite coming out at noon today. Definitely want to tune into that. And if you ever have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me, leave me a comment, send me an email, all that stuff. And if you need one-on-one coaching, definitely go over to the Patreon at www.techcoachralph.dev, where you can sign up for exclusive content as well as one-on-one coaching with me. Before we go, do me a favor, like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you can know every single time that we go live, so you can get this amazing content as well as every time we drop new content. We're dropping shorts and clips throughout the day, all right? On that note, thank you for tuning in. This is Tech Coach Ralph. I am out of here. Have a wonderful weekend, my friends. See you guys on Sunday.
You might think that getting into the IT field is impossible without a computer science degree, but Tech Coach Ralph is here to prove you wrong. Get ready for some jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into this lucrative industry. Listen up, tech enthusiasts! Are you ready to break through into the IT field, but feel like you need a computer science degree to make it happen? Think again! Tech Coach Ralph has some exclusive, mind-blowing secrets to share with you. Get ready to be blown away by his jaw-dropping revelations on how to break into the tech industry without a computer science degree. So get your notepad ready, because Tech Coach Ralph is going to change your life forever. Buckle up, because you're about to embark on a journey to success in the IT field.